Before I get started, I wanted to give thanks to anyone watching this video that is serving or retired from military service, and I hope everyone watching this had a great Veterans Day yesterday. The AP poll came out this Monday, and I thought there was a glaring omission. Iowa. They dominated Virginia Tech last Sunday. Obviously, Virginia Tech is nowhere near as good as they were last year, but it's still a Power 5 team. Losing Caitlin Clark and Kate Martin takes them out of being in title contention, but they still have a really good team. And definitely good enough to merit being in the AP poll. Lucy Olson is one of the best players that was available in the transfer portal. I don't care that she's from a mid-major. When you look at the way she moves and scores, it's clear she's a very good basketball player. I have no doubt she'll average over 20 in the Big Ten as well. This was the best fit for Iowa in terms of any players available in the portal. Don't be fooled by Addison O'Grady's career stats. She gave Iowa a lot of quality minutes last year, and she's going to have a much bigger role this year. She went a perfect 9 for 9 against Virginia Tech, and there's going to be more to come. Lucy and Stuelke are going to command most of the attention from the defense, which is going to free up a lot of looks for her. Speaking of Hannah Stuelke, she is still underrated. Caitlin Clark is a transcendent player, but she didn't do it all by herself. It's not a coincidence that Iowa hasn't appeared in a national championship game until Hannah Stuelke got there. She's been pivotal to Iowa's success. She dropped 47 on Penn State while going an efficient 17 for 20 on the field. She scored 25 against Nebraska in the Big Ten championship, and she scored 23 against UConn in the Final Four. She's the most athletic player on this team by a mile, and this year we will see a lot more of her finesse skills. She's going to show that she's a lot more than just a rim runner. I'm not even an Iowa fan, but I think they're being disrespected. The quality of play is merit alone for them being on the AP poll, and should be the only factor. But what makes this even more surprising is just from a marketing perspective, it makes sense for Iowa to be ranked. Ranked teams have so much more visibility than unranked teams, which is something you would want with one of the most popular teams in the country. But I'll name some teams that Iowa should replace in the AP poll, because it's easy to say, oh, such and such team should be ranked, or so-and-so is a top 5 player, without naming who they should take out. But I see a few teams I would take out for Iowa. Alabama shouldn't be ranked for the sole fact they aren't playing a single out-of-conference game to prove themselves worthy of a ranking. Forget playing cupcakes. They got a whole bakery going on with this soft schedule. Their out-of-conference strength of schedule is so bad that it makes LSU's look extremely tough. This is going to be controversial, but to be honest, I would take them over Baylor. It's been the same movie with Baylor every year after Kim Mulkey left. They get hyped up and end up doing nothing. They'll look really good for a few stretches, but it's never maintained. Give me Hannah Stuelke and Lucy Olson over the entire Baylor roster any day of the week. What's crazy is that Stanford is ranked for blowing out Gonzaga, but not Iowa for cooking Virginia Tech. The same way Virginia Tech isn't the same team they were a year ago, neither is Gonzaga. 2 out of the 3 of the best players for Gonzaga are no longer on the team. So it's a complete contradiction to reward Stanford for destroying an unranked team, but not Iowa for beating Virginia Tech. Stanford is solely here because of legacy. They're making a big deal about Stanford shooting a historic percentage from 3. That's not going to last. When they go up against a real team like LSU, no one is going to be talking about their 3-point shooting. I'm taking Iowa over these teams without second thought. I'm not saying they are a title contender or anything, but they definitely should be in the top 25. But what do you think? Should Iowa be on this poll, or did they make the right decision to leave them off? There's going to be some longer videos later this week, so stay tuned for that. As always, thanks for watching.